Neighbors fans, it's Jessica Cardon. Thanks for joining us today. Today is going to be one of my favorite Nosy Neighbors because we are going to highlight one of my favorite things to do, which is go to the movies. I love the movies, and we are going to visit all 3 local movie theaters that are owned by the same local family here in Southeast Idaho, the Lots. We're going to start this visit today downtown. We're on Park Avenue, and we are visiting the Center Twin Theater. This is an iconic theater downtown, as you can see here, right on Park Avenue, and I just love it. But it is one of 3. This local family owns all 3 local movie theaters, and you're going to want to stay till the end. If you didn't know, these are locally owned theaters, and they have so much to offer, so affordable, and I love their popcorn. If you love local businesses like the Royal Theaters, make sure to like and follow, subscribe, and especially comment and share on these videos, because that's what really gives our local businesses the most exposure, and we really want to make sure that they're supported and they feel like they got a lot of fans and get a lot of extra business from getting highlighted. By the way, if you love local businesses, we're a local business. We are a local real estate team, and our passion is to help and make an impact on our community. But we really love to help you through real estate. If you're thinking about selling or buying or investing in real estate, or you just have some real estate questions, give me a call. I would love to help you. There's a lot of stuff going on right now with interest rates, and is it a good time to buy or sell? We'd love to talk about your situation and help you with what you need in your real estate business. It's never too early to make a plan. Okay, let's get in here and let's take a look at our first of 3 theaters that the Royal Theaters Group offers. We are downtown at Center Theater. Again, we're on Park Avenue. It's easy to find. We're right on the corner of Park and B, right across from the deck. Super easy to find, easy to walk, and if you haven't experienced an evening out downtown, this is a great one to come to. So let's go right in here. Well, hey guys!
Hey, hi, how are you?
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Great. I wonder if we can ask some questions about the theaters.
Absolutely.
So tell us who you are.
So I'm Brandon Lott, and this is Kent, father and son, and yeah, we run the theaters.
You run the theaters.
Yeah.
So so these are not just Center Theater. You guys, the family owns all 3 theaters, and that's the Royal Theater Group, correct?
Yeah.
So you've got this one, you've got the Paramount over by the mall, and then you've got
the movie mill in Blackfoot.
the Blackfoot movie mill, which I'm super excited. If people don't know about it, haven't seen today, I'm excited to show them today.
Yeah, it's
So
fun.
I have a million questions, but
Perfect.
first of all, tell us a little bit about the theaters. Is this second run movies, first run movies? Tell us a little bit about them.
So we bought the theater in '93, and probably about 10 or 12 years ago we went first run. So we've been playing first run products since then.
What does that mean? Because I hear that a lot.
So well, it was first run is that when they first come out, and then there was discount, which they would play that after we were done with it.
Gotcha.
So, and after COVID, that discount market really disappeared. So now we're first run at the Paramount, and then when we opened the Blackfoot movie mill, we went first run right out of the gate.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So every movie that comes out, you can see it on the night it opens.
Correct. Yeah.
You guys can come down.
Yeah, we play movies the day they open.
That's fantastic. How much are tickets?
So we're $5 for a matinee, $7 for an adult in the evening, $5 for children and seniors, and then our VIP seats in Idaho Falls are $1 upcharge.
I'm excited to show the VIP seats because you guys did during 2020 did a huge update.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
there are
we did a
some
big remodel.
the seats are really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really nice.
They're fun.
So can they buy tickets online?
Yeah.
How's the best way to get tickets?
RoyalTheaters.com is our website. You can also download the Royal Theaters app. Those 2 are probably the best place and the cheapest place. A lot of times when you're buying tickets online, if you're buying through a third party, then they add their fees and their taxes onto it. And so if you buy through ours, then we don't have a lot of. We have an online processing fee because it costs us to run credit cards through the internet, but really we're just covering our bases on that.
Yeah.
So it's the cheapest place is through our website, RoyalTheaters.com.
And can you tell if it's full? Like nothing's worse than getting to the theater and it's sold out.
Yes.
Can you tell that online and on the app?
Yeah. So with the reserved seating, before you check out, you'll pick your seat, and so you can see what the seating is like. And the VIP seats, those sell first.
Yes.
And so if you want the VIP seats, then you got to get them online, it seems like, or you can come into the box office, beforehand.
I was going to say, can you come in earlier in the day and buy tickets?
As long as the tickets are listed online, if you can buy them online, you can buy them at the box office. So it can even be days before you can come in and get the tickets.
I love it. What about gift certificates?
Yeah.
Can someone buy? So one of the things I think a lot of parents and grandparents don't know what to give kids, teenagers, older kids for gifts.
Yeah.
Can they do that?
Yeah. So you can buy your gift certificates at the box office or online. We've got a loadable gift card. You can either do one that we'll mail to you, and then you just pay for the shipping, or you can do a virtual gift card. It'll email you a QR code, and then you can just show the QR code, and we'll scan it at the box office or at the concession stand.
And you can reload it?
Yeah, you can reload it. You
Awesome.
can use it. You can tie it. We're just getting ready to roll out a loyalty program, and so you can accumulate points and get discounts off and free tickets and different things like that. We're still working on that, but your loadable gift card will tie to your loyalty account, so that'll be fun.
So if you've got kids and you're sending them in to go watch a show, can they buy concessions?
Yeah,
with their gift cards?
Yeah, so mom and dad can load the gift card with enough for the ticket and for a pop and popcorn, and then they can come and just scan you can just take a picture of it and just send their child a picture of the QR code, and they can scan it, and they don't have to send them with $20 and hope the change gets back.
I love that. So let's talk about concessions.
Yeah.
Tell me, this is one of my favorite things. Number one, I love your popcorn.
Thank you.
Love the popcorn. And tell us, it's a little more affordable.
Yeah.
Concessions. So give us an idea of what they're expected to pay if they're bringing their family in.
So you can see kind of our pricing for our drinks and our popcorn. A large popcorn's $5.50. A large drink's $3. The larges come with a free refill. We have a family combo that is 4 large drinks.
Oh, look at this.
Yes, we've got our single
Look at
drink
this.
combos, our double 2-drink combos. We've got our family combo that's basically 4 large drinks, 2 large popcorns, and 2 candies of your choice. It's $25.
That is
And everything comes with a free
so
refill.
much more for. Yes.
So
that is a great idea.
Yeah.
So now you don't just offer popcorn.
yeah.
You've got lots of options.
Yeah, so we have kind of a kitchen. We have some food items. We don't have a lot of food items here at the center just because there's not a lot of room to have the air fryer. But chicken strips, corn dog bites, pizzas, hot dogs, nachos, cheese curds. So we've got a pretty good menu item as well for food.
That's awesome.
The nice thing is if you order something, we'll get your seat number and deliver it to you during the movie.
I love that feature, that when you're late, you always know if you're going to get popcorn and you're running late on your movie, you're going to miss the movie, but you guys will bring it right into the chair.
Yeah, and that's something with the app that we're working on right now is you can order through the app, and that's coming in the future, but you'll be able to order through the app, and it'll recognize your ticket if you bought them online, or you can load the information in, and then we will have certain menu items, concession items that we'll bring to you.
You can be in the theater, order your stuff, just stay there, and it just comes right to you.
Yeah, so that's something that we're hoping to roll out within the next 6 to 8 months. We're still working on some bugs with that. But
that's
it's
awesome.
coming.
Can we see the theaters? Because it's pretty neat. So
Absolutely.
the center downtown is iconic, and a lot of people avoid coming down here because they know the big theaters.
Yeah.
But you have 2 theaters down here.
Yeah, we've got 2 screens here. The bottom auditorium seats 115. The upstairs theater is a little bit more intimate. It seats right about 70. The center was built in the mid-teens, and so there's kind of a historical feel here, and it's a fun location.
So this is traditional seating. By the way, the seats are super comfortable. If you haven't been to sit in the seats, it's awesome. But this is the special section.
Yeah. So when we did the remodel in 2020, we've got kind of our standard seating. These are $5 in the back, $7 adults in the evening, and then we've got several rows of our VIP seats. These are just $1 more.
And they've got
a tray.
Your cup, your tray, that is fantastic.
So VIP seats, fluffy seats. They're really comfortable and nice.
Yeah, the seats up in the balcony, there's 2 rows in the very back, and because of the room of the aisle, there's not room to have the tray.
So the other one has no tray, but you still get the nice seat.
And the cup holder, but no tray.
This is so nice, especially I love the idea because you get to come, and nothing's worse than having your popcorn. And this is really, at home, that's what you get, right? You get to have all your stuff and super comfortable.
Yeah, it's funny because we'll have moms that'll bring their kids and they'll ask us for paper towels, and they'll set napkins or paper towels here, and then they'll just dump popcorn for their kids. So their kids sit here and they just kind of have a trough, if you will, of their popcorn, and then they've got their little drink, and
that's
so
awesome.
it makes it nice.
So you guys, let's talk about the quality of the movies.
Yeah, so when we opened Blackfoot, we put laser in. We were the first in the state of Idaho back then to put laser in, so that was really fun. Laser probably be the equivalent from going from like a halogen to an LED. Just the quality was really, really impressive. And then just this last year, we put laser in at the Paramount, and then we upgraded our projectors here at the center. The balcony theater here at the center because of how bright it is, the laser, it can actually damage eyes and burn your skin. That's how bright the image is.
Oh my goodness.
And so because of that, we legally cannot put laser in that upstairs theater. And so we upgraded the projectors here, but we weren't able to put laser in.
Yeah, you don't want to burn your eyeballs.
Yeah, but so all of our projectors are upgraded and really, really crisp picture. We upgraded our sound equipment, so we've got 7.1 sound. Wow. So you got your speakers on the back wall, so it sounds like
it sounds like it goes zoom when it goes past you.
Yeah, so it's really impressive. Yeah. We're just getting ready right now. We'll have these upgrades done by the holidays coming up for Thanksgiving, but we're just getting ready to upgrade all of our amps at the Paramount. And then later next year we'll upgrade them here at the center.
So you'll feel it then.
Yeah, so it'll be, the amps, it seems like movies are getting louder and the just more dynamic range, and we're just starting to max them out. You know, we've had them for a while, and we're just starting to max out what their capabilities are, and so that's one of the things that we've wanted to upgrade, and so we've kind of been storing a little bit into savings, and so now we're getting ready to do that.
I love that.
Yeah, this is a strange space because if you look back towards the back, you can see the projection room is right above us here, and then the screen for the upstairs theater is about where that light is. But you can see we've got surround speakers and back speakers just for those individuals in that space, and then you can see the speakers on the back wall as well. But behind all the curtains, we have acoustical properties that absorb all that sound energy.
Well, it's very, I want to say quiet, but it's almost like there's a
there's no echo.
A dampening on there. Yeah, there's no echo in here.
So over time, we've kind of figured that out so it looks nice, but it really is effective.
Yeah.
You want to take a quick look at upstairs?
Yes, let's take a look. This is it's not going to be like the traditional movie experience. You get to a really fun, it's like going to a really fun, cool house.
Yeah. Dad always says it's like stepping back in time.
It is, but yet with super cool technology.
A lot of our customers say this is their favorite theater.
Yeah.
Because it's so intimate. It's interesting, if you notice there's ceiling fans. Because it's such a steep stadium in here, there's probably a 10-degree difference in the wintertime from the very top to the bottom.
Oh, interesting.
So we have those fans, even though they're on low, they just move the air around so it's more constant in temperature.
You would never think about that. That would make sense being that far different.
So we've really done some fun things. You can see the portholes for the projectors. We had to dramatically change those when we put these bigger projectors in. And so we haven't painted those. They're just raw wood right now. But you can see the difference. Before they were the same size as the smaller ones next to it. But we just couldn't get enough light through it.
Wow.
Is that funny?
It's amazing.
So even the glass is a special glass. If you look at a pane of glass on the side, is green, and this is clear.
Oh.
But what happens is the light comes through the glass, it actually distorts the image.
Oh, really?
Yes, and so we have a special glass. It's very expensive to buy. This is probably twice the size of light engine we need, but we wanted to just have all the light we ever could use. Plus, it takes a lot more light energy when we're pushing through the 3D machine. You lose, by the time it goes through the lens, the machine, the porthole glass reflects off of the screen, you lose 40% of the light.
Wow.
So it takes a really big light engine to make the 3D bright.
So we have all the theaters 3D capable?
This auditorium, the upstairs auditorium at the center, is 3D capable. We've got a screen in Blackfoot that's 3D capable, and then one screen at the Paramount.
But there's not a lot of 3D product anymore.
No.
So, but we're ready when they come out.
I'll tell you, I don't know if I'm a big 3D fan. I've gone to some 3D movies, and I don't know. I think I just like the crisp. I like, I don't know if I'm yet a 3D experiencer.
And the hard thing is because it's not bright enough. And so if you're not pushing enough light, and then you're losing 40% of it anyways with it reflecting and going through so many things, plus the glasses are so dark.
Yes.
If it's not a crisp, bright image, the 3D doesn't connect like it should.
Interesting.
And so then it gives people a headache because they're really overthinking it. And so that's one of the reasons that we put the brighter projector in, because we wanted to be able to turn the brightness up on a 3D so that by the time it reflects and goes through that, you're getting still the right amount of light. And it's a better product.
Movie science.
Yeah.
Science, people, science.
So this room to me is fun.
Yeah.
Because back in the day when I worked for Man Theaters here in town, I worked at the old Paramount, the Colonial Arts Center, and we had 2 projectors. That's why there's 2 sets of portholes. So every 20 minutes you change projectors. The carbon arcs were only good for 20 minutes. So there's typically about 18 minutes on a reel of film. But the reason this is fun for me is you can see this green right here. When we first bought this, the original sound system from 1928 was still here.
Wow.
Is that funny? And then it was here and here. And it was all tubes. So this was a vaudeville theater, and then in 1927 or 28 is when they turned it into a movie theater. And so all that original sound equipment was still here. But it's just to look around. I mean, it just looks old and fun.
Love it.
You can see some of our employees have put their names on the wall and just different things. It's just a fun space.
Well, speaking of space, should we go check out the other theaters and see what they look like?
That'd be great. Yeah.
Let's head over to the Paramount.
The Paramount.
Okay, so we are now at the Paramount. So we're over here just right by the mall, just off of Channing, and this is
Niagara.
Niagara. I always forget Niagara. So Channing and I, so easy to find. I always say I go through the Sweeto Burrito parking lot. That's what if you didn't see it from 17th, but come around and come up Niagara. So something unique I noticed as we came in here, of course this is a bigger theater.
Yeah.
You've got electronic check-in.
Yeah.
So how does this work?
Yeah, so if you bought your tickets online, you can come either to one of these kiosks. You can scan them here. You just tap the screen to wake it up, scan your barcode
on your phone,
and it'll print your tickets. Or you can purchase your tickets right here. So on a busy night, we've only got 2 box office counters, registers, so you can come through and you can purchase your tickets here at these self-serve kiosks. And then you can just jump right into the concession stand. Another thing that you don't have to print your tickets here or at the box office. You can print your tickets at the concessions counter when you're buying your food. So if you bought your tickets online
and you're getting popcorn,
you can just
do it all at
one
once.
spot. Yeah, we can print your tickets at the concession stand. And in the center, we also have a kiosk as well. You can purchase your tickets. So if you come in and it's a busy night,
you just go right over
right over to the pop area. You can purchase or
there.
print your tickets there as well.
It's right between the 2 pop machines at the center.
So this one, we have a bigger kitchen.
Yeah.
So
we have
this
a
is
bigger
where you're
kitchen.
going to get a few more expanded menu items.
Yeah,
a little more food.
Yeah, we've got chicken strips, pizza, corn dog bites.
And these are all air fried.
Yeah, air fried.
It's not deep fried.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. If you haven't had the cheese curds,
they're good. They're really good.
Tommy Cardon is a cheese curd fanatic. He is legendary, the amount of cheese curds he can eat in one movie.
So we sell Nathan's hot dogs. We actually run those through a conveyor oven to cook
delicious.
those.
And they're really good as well.
They're
really good.
They're yummy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely, you don't have to go have dinner before you come here. You
Yeah.
can get dinner here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the theaters.
Perfect.
So we have 2 theaters at Center Twin, but we have 4.
There's 4 here. So we've got our 2 large auditoriums. They seat right about 170. And we'll go into one of the big ones first.
Are we finding that on like first run movies, it's getting sold out? People need to get their tickets a day or 2 before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even the morning of. We're finding that as we get into showtime, we're selling more.
We're selling out.
Yeah, we're selling more online and selling them out.
Well, and this has got the VIP look. And another thing that I don't like is I'm pretty tall. So I run into the legroom in movie theaters. Like I'll go to the unnamed theaters that I shall not name, and my knees are right there.
Yeah.
This is a ton of space.
Yeah, there's a lot of leg room.
Yeah.
Especially in the VIP rows. But so we've got 3 rows of regulars, 3 rows of VIP seats in here. Another nice thing about the remodel is our wheelchair spots are right in the middle of the auditorium. A lot of places that you go, you're either up front because the stadium goes up, or you're in the back because the stadium goes down. Here at the Paramount, you're right in the middle.
Nice.
And so if you buy your tickets online,
this is like prime seating.
It is, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
But if you buy your tickets online, the handicap accessible seating will be marked as purple, and so you'll see that we've got the wheelchair spot is marked as purple, but then we've also got this companion seat that armrest folds up, so somebody in a wheelchair, if they wanted to transfer into this seat, they could.
Really
or
smart.
they can have that, and their companion can sit next to them in this seat.
Nice.
And for the wheelchair accessible spot and the companion seat, it's just $5. We don't charge the dollar upcharge for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we brainstormed how can we make this stadium without bringing in a tractor and tearing up all the concrete and
Yeah.
everything. And so the way we've done it, I think, is very unique. We had all the handrails built so they're very safe to walk up.
And well lit.
Yes, very well lit.
Easy to see the stairs and step up.
It's unique enough. I think people get kind of a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's very different.
Yeah.
So when we first bought this in 2000, they had just put the curtains over the cinder block.
Yeah.
So the acoustic in here were terrible. So when we took all the old curtains down, we put all those acoustical properties to really make this room pop. I mean, it really sounds good.
It does really sound good.
Yeah.
So this one has the updated projectors.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
we've got the laser projectors here, and then we also have the 7.1 sound on the. So we got the speakers
What
on the
does
back.
7.1 mean, Brandon?
So it's your different channels. So 5.1, the 1 is the subwoofer, and then the 5 or the 7 is how many surround channels you have. And so going from 5 to 7, you've got basically 2 rear channels. So you've got a right and a left rear. And so you're getting sound from behind you. Before we go upstairs, let's just step across the hall. This is one of our smaller auditoriums. This seats 115. And so we've got one additional row of the VIP seats. And so we've got more VIP seats. It's about a 50-50 split in this auditorium, VIP to regular seats.
And this is really fun because the screen is extremely big for how far we're throwing the picture. It's just a wonderful, you don't have to turn your head back and forth to see it.
Yeah.
It's not that big, but it's very fun.
It's our closest to IMAXs we've got right here.
Yeah. So I have to share this because sometimes we'll have somebody that will like to sit by someone in a wheelchair, and we ended up buying these chairs. I found these these come out of the Jazz Arena.
Oh.
And I found them online, and they had about, 40 of them left. So I bought them all. So we have some here and in Blackfoot.
If you wanted to have a chair in the wheelchair area.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And so we have them here. So if somebody's waiting, but they're really comfortable chairs. And
we've had people that maybe they've had a surgery, so they can't get down into the chair, and so they use this instead, and we put that in the wheelchair spot. We've had people that have had, a leg operation, and so maybe they need something to put their foot on, and so they set that in front of the, in the wheelchair spot, so they can. We just try to be accommodating to people, but this really gives us an option to be accommodating to whatever that is.
And I noticed we got booster seats for kids too.
Booster seats for kids.
And they work good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect.
All right, let's go take a look at our projector, the most important part, right? Oh, this is what I remember.
Yeah, this came out of the old Colonial Theater, the old Paramount.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Is this what, does it have the carbon?
The carbon arcs, no.
Oh.
No, they have a xenon bulb.
Ah.
And they last for about 2,000 hours. But we've got the cover offs here so you can kind of see how the mechanism all works.
Wow.
There's a big fan blade inside here. I don't know if you can see that turning.
Oh, yeah.
But it's timed so that when the film, every 4 holes is a frame, so when that would stop, the fan blade would be out of the way so the light would flicker through. But it would be flickering so fast that to a normal eye, it just looked like a constant stream of light.
Yeah.
But if you filmed it while it was on the screen, you could see it flickering.
Wow.
Because it's starting and stopping 24 times a second.
Wow.
So let me step out of the way.
That's
But you can
pretty
kind of see
awesome.
how the old fan blade turns, and you can see how it starts and stops and starts and stops.
It's pretty amazing.
And then these blue lines on the film, that's the sound, and this picks up the sound right in this area here. So pretty fun.
And then down below it, you can see that's those 2 cans. That's the film. And so that's how they would ship it to us. And so that's probably a 90-minute film.
Wow.
And then when it was all said and done and complete, and we built it and put it together, this is what the feature would look like, the film.
Wow.
So that's what it would.
So that you didn't have to change the cans during the film.
Yeah. So we'd put it together on the platter.
So this is what I ran when I worked at the old Paramount back in high school. So this is a 20-minute reel. And then they went to these, so you'd put half the movie on one reel and still change projectors.
Yeah.
And then they went to a tower system. That's what I ran at the old man theaters here in town. And so the whole feature would be on that, and you'd have to rewind it.
Wow.
And then they went to a plotter system. So the plotter system pulled it from the center, and then it went from level to level. So the center was always in this part, and it really worked good. But it scratched and different things,
Yeah.
which
Well, all of us who went to movies way back when remember when the film would get caught, or they'd have to stop, or you'd hear that noise that makes them stop. They don't experience that anymore.
Yeah.
When the film would and it would kind of stop,
It'd melt in the
it'd
middle.
melt in the middle. It was fantastic.
Yeah, but we kept some old splicers, and then back in probably the late 80s, early 90s, DTS sound was big, so the sound actually came on its own CD.
Wow.
And so once the timing code went through the reader, it would pick up, and so it would give you better sound than the analog sound. But boy, it's come a long way.
It has, because now this was the old setup, and then this.
Yeah, and then this is our new
is
setup.
it.
In fact,
Which
so
is
these
just
are,
basically a giant computer, is what it looks like.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. So these are our second edition of digital projectors. When we first put them in, we had xenon bulbs as well, and so now these are laser. It's on and running right now, and so that's how loud it is.
Holy cow!
And so
It's like a dishwasher. Or
yeah. So they're making movie theaters now. They're making them boothless, and so they're actually putting the projector in a pod in the auditorium.
What?
And so they're just trying to save real estate, and so they're not having a projection room up above, and so a lot of these newer buildings that are being built, they're making them without projection rooms. Yeah. And they're just on a pulley, so that if you needed to work on it, you go in when the theater's not operating, and you just lower the projector down, and you do the maintenance on it, and then you raise it back up, and it does its thing. So
it's pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing with the changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the booth is a lot cooler. Before, the other one had to have a vent, and it had to be vented outside
because everything would get hot.
Because it produced a lot of heat, and so we don't have those anymore.
We've hung these curtains. These are just spare curtains that we've had, but we've hung these because the light reflects off the window and it hits the ceiling tile, and it's so bright that how when somebody turns a light on in a dark room behind you can. That's what people in the other auditorium. So if you were in theater 1. You could see the reflection of theater 3 behind you on the ceiling.
Holy moly!
And so we've put these up to catch some of that light, so that it's not disturbing behind you.
You can see that porthole glass is on an angle.
Yeah.
And that cuts down the distortion of the light as it goes through the glass. But because of that image is reflected right here.
Amazing.
And it was illuminating the entire booth since we put these lasers in. They're incredible.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Awesome. Did we miss anything else, or are we headed to Blackfoot?
No, I think we're heading to Blackfoot.
So we made the drive, easy drive down south to Blackfoot. So this is the movie mill.
This is the movie mill.
So we are actually, it's a super easy, this is a one-way street. So this is Main and then
Bridge.
So super easy to come right off the interstate. You're right here close to the courthouse.
Yeah.
I mean, you're here in 3 minutes off the interstate.
Yeah. And if you take the old highway, you'll pass the fairgrounds and come up. So
yep. Easy.
It's funny, if you live over on the west side, we live over on the west side, it takes me 5 minutes longer drive time to get here than it does to get to the Paramount.
In Idaho Falls.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
So,
it's easy. This is an easy drive, and you're gonna really like this. Let's go inside and let's take a look. It's if you want a fun date, it's not very long to get down from Idaho Falls to Blackfoot and come to the movie mill. So this one has quite a bit different entryway.
Yeah.
Because you got plenty of space to come in and get the ticket spot.
Yeah,
to get your tickets.
So this is the box office area. When we bought this, it was an old car dealership, and so we remodeled it ourselves. This was actually the oil change bay, and so right here where we're standing, there was a big pit.
A big pit.
Big long one
for the oil change bay.
Yeah.
So this is the box office area. You come in, you can buy your tickets if you need to buy them at the box office. If not, then there's the kiosk right there. You can either purchase or print your tickets.
So this is pretty big because there's a lot more theaters here.
Yeah, we have 7 screens here.
Holy moly.
So,
and this is a huge base. This is so fun. Tons of places for concessions.
Yeah.
You get all your fun food here delivered to your seat.
The nice thing about the big lobby is it can be busy and it doesn't feel congested or crowded. The Paramount, we have to stagger our shows a little bit more so that it doesn't get overwhelming in that lobby. And even at the center as well. If we get a busy night, or a busy show, then it can feel kind of overwhelming in that small lobby. So this is nice.
It is nice. And we come in here, but the theaters are back this way.
The theaters are back this way. So this is kitchen area and storage kind of back here where we have our air fryers.
Your pickup window for your food.
Pickup window if you get a pretzel and it takes us. And we don't use the pickup window as much as we thought we would, just because we're delivering.
You're delivering
more. But a lot of soda options. We've
Yeah.
got the 5 soda machines, a lot of different variety and options. This will be the doorman, and so you'll check in or get your tickets printed here. We've got.
Oh, you can have your tickets printed here,
Yep.
so you can take your QR code, come all the way
You
in.
can scan them right here. If you don't want to stop at any of the lines, you can stop right here and print them.
Perfect.
That's just on the weekend.
Just on the weekends.
weekends.
We have a doorman there.
And
Gotcha.
so print those there. This is the exit of the building, so when you're done, you just come right through here. You don't have to wander through all the craziness if there's something going on. We've got 2 family bathrooms, so they're wheelchair accessible or family bathrooms if you've got a toddler or you need some assistance.
Yep.
And then we've got our 2 restrooms right here.
Wait, before we go down that hall,
Yeah.
we've got parking across the street, but then also back behind.
Yeah, there's parking behind the building. There's parking across the street. There's parallel all around the building.
Yeah.
And then on a busy weekend, the bank, we've partnered with Key Bank right here across the street, and that's overflow
Super
parking
easy.
as well.
Super
And it's
easy.
marked with signs, so you
Yeah.
can see
They've
what
been
that
really
is.
accommodating.
Yeah. This is the surprising part that I think people will not realize when you see the front.
Yeah.
You don't realize what's going to happen
Yeah,
back here.
this is the wow factor right here. You
So
come
this
in
was
and
a
you
car
don't realize.
dealership, and then other buildings, and you guys made all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that straight shot, that's just down the hallway. We've got auditoriums on both sides of the hall.
Let's peek in here because
so
it's pretty
theater
impressive.
1, 2, 4, and 5 is where they used to fix all the cars, and so this is pretty fun.
How is it possible to know that this was a car dealership and that go all the way? Did you dig down? Is there?
Yes.
How did this work?
So yeah, we just we cut a section of concrete, and then we jackhammered it up, and then we just dropped our Bobcat in that spot where we jackhammered it up, and we slid the tines for the forklift, and we slid it under the concrete, and we just roll and lift, and we just popped it up. We removed all this concrete.
Wow.
And then we dug down, I think it's around 12 feet.
12.5 feet in this auditorium.
Wow.
Yeah, because the exit goes down a little bit and then goes out, so it's really deep. We're about maybe 8 feet under the original footings.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. And all of the theaters, all 7, are stadium seating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. So when I walked in the first time and I saw these old bowstring trusses, my heart fluttered. And the first thing that came into my mind was, this is the movie mill. We could have so much fun with this old theme.
Yeah.
And it just turned out beautiful.
Yeah. Who would have guessed an old car dealership could be a huge movie theater?
Yeah, it's fun.
You guys have pretty great vision. Now, these ones I see don't have VIP seats, right?
Correct.
Are there
yeah.
any VIP seats in the movie mill? They're all just awesome
All just
seats.
standard, yeah.
These are super comfy too.
They are comfortable, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
a nice chair, yeah.
Yeah. So this one, you've got plenty of space for wheelchair?
Yeah, we've got wheelchair seating, and here at the movie mill, all the wheelchair seating is in the back, just because the stadium goes down.
Yeah.
And so there's spots in the back of every auditorium, lots of room for a wheelchair.
Yeah.
The whole building is very, very handicap accessible, between the family bathrooms, and there's no stairs getting anywhere, and so it's really nice that way.
It's pretty awesome. And so down this, let's walk back in the hall. So you've got pretty big seats, but you're going to go all the way. You've got 7 all the way back, and they're all just as great. They're all with the laser and the everywhere else.
So this is one of our smaller houses. What we were just in, Auditorium 1 has 125 seats. Auditorium 2 is identical. It has 120 seats. This is Auditorium 4. This one's our smallest house. This has 95 seats.
Yeah.
And then next door to us is just a hair wider. It's got 100 seats.
The difference between this and Theater 1 is the hallway.
Ah.
So it's just a little bit shorter.
Yeah, yeah. But this, again, I think of having a meeting or those kind of things. It's a great location. It's so funny to be in the hall and to walk in here and hear the sound go like this.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
You know,
It's
and
pretty
for a
awesome.
movie that's been out 4 or 5 weeks, and so it's starting to slow down a little bit, something like this is perfect for it, because it doesn't feel like you're the only one in there if there's 20 people in there, but you can still come, and it's has that intimate feeling. So
Yeah, that's super
these
fun.
smaller ones are kind of nice.
Yeah.
Auditorium 5 is where we have our 3D hooked up.
Oh.
And so we put all of our 3D movies in that one.
Is it a big one?
It seats 100, so it's similar to 4. But we'll go down to 3 now. That one's the most unique auditorium that we have.
Ah.
It was the parts department when it was the car dealership, and so it was kind of its own building. And so we'll step in here into 3.
Yeah, so the lobby and these first 4 theaters we were talking about, that part of the building was built in 1932, and then they added this on later.
Yeah, here you have almost like a balcony up here.
Yeah.
That's
so there's
pretty
some seating
sweet.
in the
Wow.
back. This seats 165.
This is a big theater.
This is
our
really
second
a
biggest.
fun theater because it's got such a big screen.
That's a 34-foot wide screen.
Wow.
And so it's a big screen for this space. So it's pretty fun.
Not a bad seat in this house.
No, there really isn't. Yeah.
It's
this is a fun one.
fantastic.
Yeah, this was complexing for my brain when we were putting this together because there's an old basement under where I'm standing. And so we were kind of limited what we could do in this space. It really was almost too big for one theater, but not big enough for 2.
Yeah.
But I think it came together really nice.
It's really sweet.
Yeah.
Well, these almost look like prime seats because that's such a big screen.
We should go into Auditorium 7.
Yeah, let's go into
Oh,
7.
let's
That's our
take a
biggest
look.
one.
Oh, there's even bigger?
Yeah, so this is the second biggest.
Wow.
So Auditorium 6, there was a barn there, and so we tore the barn down. The barn was an old creamery, and so all of our cabinets, when we go back up, the cabinets are actually the roof from the barn.
Oh my goodness.
And so you'll see the black on the cabinets. That's the tar paper that's baked into the roof, and then all the brown is the underside. And so this is Auditorium 7. This one seats 190.
Oh, this is huge.
And it's interesting because that screen is the same width as what we were just in Theater 3.
Wow.
But because 3 is not as deep, that one feels bigger.
Feels like, yeah.
But
Holy cow.
So I don't know of anybody that's built a theater in a steel building.
Yeah.
So we tore down this structure, this old barn, and there was kind of a lean-to that was built onto it, a building, and because they weren't really usable.
Yeah.
And so they both had a basement. So we added 25 feet to the basement. So we poured those walls, and then we had Teton Steel or Teton
West.
Teton West, sorry. Teton West came in, and they stood a steel building on top of this.
Wow.
And it was really a challenge. There's a lot of thought that went into this barrier wall between the two so that sound wouldn't penetrate between the two auditoriums. And there's you can see the steel girder or truss, whatever you'd want to call it, is inside there, and you can see the steel that holds up the building.
Yeah.
And so we had to do some super creative things acoustically for this space, but man, it turned out fantastic.
Yeah, amazing.
But I think all the neighbors around us thought we had a screw loose because we had all this cement poured, we had all this structure kind of ready to go, and then there was no building.
Yeah.
And then within a week or so, they had it stood, and
It looked like a big hole for a swimming pool.
Yeah.
'Cause it was dug down like this. And
Yeah,
you
down
you
way deep.
Yeah, you could just jump into it. But
Wow. It's pretty awesome.
but we have some real fun footage of there's a 12-inch thick concrete wall between the two buildings, and we cut that and tipped it over. And when it landed, it shook. Like people up were working in the lobby ran back wondering what had just happened.
Wow.
It was pretty impressive.
Amazing.
but-
Let's walk back to the lobby. It's like when you walk through this, since you guys built it, there's like a story for everything. This is from
Yeah.
this way, and this is from that. It's pretty neat.
Well, when we were building it, when the Plaza Twin here in Blackfoot closed, we bought some equipment from that.
Mm-hmm.
And we bought the sign off of that. And it still said Plaza Twin. So I pulled it out of my shop, and we took some pictures, we put it on Facebook, and it went crazy because everybody was so excited. So this sign that's on the building right here came off the Plaza Twin right here in
Amazing.
Blackfoot.
That's amazing.
Yeah, pretty fun.
It's such a cool place. I mean, to have taken something that was Blackfoot and kept it Blackfoot, but made it so fun.
Yeah,
This is
that's
awesome.
fun. Thank you.
This is awesome. All three. So Royal Theaters encompasses all three theaters. So when you see the app is Royal Theaters, right?
yeah, the Royal Theaters
The
app.
and you can get any of the three theaters.
Yep.
All the movies are there.
Yeah,
That's
so when you
awesome.
go to our website, right below our logo, there's a choose your location, Idaho Falls or Blackfoot. If you go to Idaho Falls, the center's information is going to show up first, and then right below that there will be the Paramount's logo, and then all the Paramount showtimes and showings will be right below that. And then we've tried to be pretty specific on the center stuff, now showing at the Center Twin. So people need to, that's been kind of a learning curve for our customers, is we have 2 locations in Idaho Falls. And if you click Blackfoot, then you'll get all the movie mills information.
Yeah, that's awesome. So fun. This is really cool. Thanks, you guys, for the awesome tour.
This is great that you
really
come.
fun.
Yeah, thanks for spending some time with us.
Yeah, I mean, it's I love seeing a local theater. I mean, you guys are a family running a theater.
Yeah.
Brandon grew up in the theater.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Brandon was one year old when we bought the center.
Isn't that amazing?
So he grew up there. He spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, and now
sleeping on the floor of the office. Yeah.
he's got theater in his blood.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thanks, you guys. All right, all of the links are below. There's a place down there to go to the website, get the app, and if you want a great experience, come to any one of the Royal Theaters, and don't miss out on that amazing popcorn. That's awesome. All right, thanks, you guys. All right, this has been Jessica Cardon, your nosy neighbor, keeping you in the know.
The nosy neighbors keeping you in the know.
Nosy neighbors keeping you in the know.
The 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 nosy neighbors keeping you in the know.